All righty, people. What's happening? What's happening? Welcome in. We are going to be doing some 2024 mock drafts today, and you're going to get a chance to join me. Now, the title of this stream is called An Expert 2024 Fantasy Football Draft. Now, let's be clear. I'm no expert. I'm just a guy who spends the majority of my time researching fantasy football and trying to find ways to get better, okay? So I wouldn't really call myself an expert, but if you're watching, maybe you're the expert. And maybe together we can figure this damn thing out, all right? I appreciate y'all. I see you in the chat. What's up, Jacob? What's up, Gator? We got Sunraker in the chat. What's good, Dominic Toretto? Family. All right. What's up, 369? Morix and Esper. There we go. What's up, dude? What's up, Jordan? What's up, Styles? Welcome in. I appreciate y'all. Hey, do me a massive favor. Go ahead and smash that like button. We got a like goal today of 75. If we reach 75 likes, we will do a second mock draft altogether. Now, some big news since we went live. Y'all know, if you're with us on the Dynasty channel, I like this guy a lot. And he got a bag. He got an absolute bag. Big shout out to DJ Moore, who got paid shmoney. I mean, he got like shmoney. 4 years, $110 million extension. One of my favorite buys in Dynasty this offseason. Comes out last year, has a breakout season, and we were buying him before the NFL draft. Then they go ahead and take Rome Odunze. He became an even better buy after that. And shout out to DJ Moore getting his shmoney. Now, I'm still concerned about the Bears wide receivers this year because we don't know how good Caleb Williams will actually be as a rookie. But this is very good signs for the future that DJ Moore is going to be the wide receiver one for a while in Chicago. Okay, let's get to today's mock draft. All right, if you want to join today's mock draft, very, very simple. The first step is to join our Discord. All right, all links get sent into the Discord. So when you're in the Discord, you're going to see on the left side of the screen a tab that says Fantasyland, okay, with the orange footballs. And right under that tab, you'll see the announcements tab. This is where the links are sent, y'all, okay? That's exactly where I'm going to send the link. It will be first come, first serve. I have no idea where to draft. Like, where should I draft, guys? I really don't know. The first person to comment where I should draft is where I'm going to draft. So tell me. Just tell me where I should draft from. Because I don't know at this point. There's so many options. And I feel like I keep doing... Okay, 2 people have said the 7 spot, so that's where we're going. We're sending out the link here in 3, 2, 1. It is first come, first serve. And let's get it, baby. Let's get it. This thing will get filled up here very quickly. So this is a PPR, tight end premium, 1 quarterback mock draft, 30 seconds on the clock. This is start 9, which means you got 3 flex spots. Let's go ahead and start this bad boy off. Let's do the damn thing. All right. What's up, Zach? Welcome in. What's up, Joseph? Welcome in. Gator says already up to 21 likes. Hell yeah. You guys are awesome. You're killing it. What are we up to now? Already up to 28. You're killing it, people. You're killing it. 369 says, talking about shmoney, thoughts on CD? Yeah, they're going to have to pay CD. There's just no way around it. You got to pay one of the best receivers in the NFL. What's up, Dom? Welcome in, my brother. Welcome in. Scribble says, no one in my leagues wanted him before this contract. That's crazy. All right, so CeeDee Lamb and Christian McCaffrey and then Tyreek Hill off the board in the first 3 picks. Then we see Breece Hall at the 104, Jamar Chase at the 105. And we're going to have a really good option here regardless of what Randy does. Randy goes Amon-Ra. I saw the Vikings logo, all right? And I thought, could we see our boy Randy go and take Justin Jefferson? But Justin Jefferson's on the board for us at the 107. We'll grab him there. And let's see what comes back to us on the comeback. Shout out to Kim K. Am I right? But, yeah, big shout out to DJ Moore getting his bag. Obviously, a couple other receivers need to get paid. Brandon Ayuk, CeeDee Lamb, and Jamar Chase. There was a video circling around where Brandon Ayuk was giving a high five to his head coach. And people were trying to digest what that high five meant. Was it like they were having a joke and something funny happened? Was it they agreed on a contract? Here it is right here. You can see Brandon Ayuk, the big old clap with Kyle Shanahan. You know, I mean, is that just a friendly clap? Is that just a friendly, what's up, brother? How you doing? You know, how you doing? Keep it moving. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. All right, so Bijan at the 108, A.J. Brown at the 109, Jahmyr Gibbs at the 110, Garrett Wilson, Puka Nacua, then Jonathan Taylor, Marvin Harrison. We've got Achane, Saquon, London, and this is perfect because we got our guy Kyren Williams at the 206. Funnily enough, I've had a lot of people comment on recent videos. There's no way in hell Kyron's available at the 206. What are you playing in? You know, leagues where no one knows what they're doing, and I'm sitting here like, well, that's not crazy. Like, I see Kyren at the 206 often. Like, it's about half the drafts that we're in, right? So, Kyren goes at the 206. I am able to deploy the anchor round 2 RB strategy. We feel very good about that strategy this year. What's up, Derek? He says, JJ is the worst GM in the league. The longer they wait, the more they have to pay CD. Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, what the Cowboys have done in the last couple of years with the Dak, you know, contract with CD, they just keep pushing it off to a point where it's like, well, you're going to have to pay more than you would have had to pay. You know what I mean? As we see Etienne and then Olave gone, as well as Devontae Adams. What's up, Trace? As someone who has Chase and Lamb on a championship contender, pay the people. I love it. Scribble says, feels like people are reaching for a reason for a handshake. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this handshake here, all right? Brandon Ayuk, not practicing. Okay, not practicing. But he does, like, John Lynch is right there. And then Kyle Shanahan comes up. Like, they're all friendly, right? This is a guy who requested a trade recently. They're all friendly. They're dapping each other up. I don't know. Are we overthinking it? Could that be the contract coming soon? Hard to say. What's up, NK? He says, who's your 101.5 PPR? Probably CMC. Probably CMC and a half PPR. Do you prioritize Corum in the late rounds if you can take Kyren? I definitely will look to do that, but I won't force it. Like, I won't take Corum around early to make that happen, if that makes sense. But I you know, I'm certainly open to it. Remember, guys, we got a like goal today of 75. If we reach 75, I'll do a second mock draft with you guys. A whole new group of people will have a chance to join. So do me a favor, smash that like button and show some love. We're about 40 likes away right now, but I think we got the people in here to help make the dream happen. So this is by far the latest I've ever seen Nico Collins fall. Maybe that's dramatic, but that's pretty far for Nico Collins. I very rarely see Nico at the 304. So we see Olave, Adams, Evans, Pacheco, Debo, Ayuk, Diggs, Nico, Waddle. Like I said, I have not seen Waddle fall that far before, or at least I can't remember if it's happened. And here we are at the 307. I've been comfortable taking Malik Neighbors late third, early fourth. And I'll continue to take him there late third, early fourth. But I will not, you know, if he starts going early third, 301, when Debo's there, Ayuk's there, Evans is there, Collins is there, we won't take him. But if he's available in the late third, early fourth, I'll definitely take Malik Neighbors. I don't think Malik Neighbors would have come back to me. I know a lot of people are concerned about Malik Neighbors, and they have, you know, a right to be. I released a video today. I'd encourage you to go watch it. But keep in mind, guys, this is a team that has about 25% of their target share already vacated. And even if that target share wasn't vacated, they'd already, you know, Malik would already be the number one pretty easily. But after Malik, we see DJ Moore, Cooper Kupp come off the board. Two great options there. And I'll say this, like, I do think Cooper Kupp is probably the safer pick over a Malik Neighbors. However, I personally feel like Malik Neighbors has the higher range of outcomes. He has a lower ceiling, I'll give you that, but he has a higher range of outcomes for the 2024 season. Ishmael says, Quentin Johnston, league winner. I love it. 369 says, in this one mock, Nico fell to the 4-6. That's crazy talk. So the first tight end comes off the board at the 311 in Sam Laporta. What's up, Jacob? I feel fine with Josh Allen this year. He's not my quarterback one in fantasy. That's Josh Allen. But I feel great about, Jalen Hurts is my quarterback one. But I still feel very, very good about drafting Josh Allen. I'm not concerned. You know, when the offense changed last year, when the new offensive coordinator stepped in, we still saw Josh Allen be just as good in fantasy football than as before. So, yeah. What's up, Parsons? He says, I just signed up today. Where can I access the vacated target sheets? All right, yeah, so if you did sign up to the Flock Fantasy website, then the very first article that is there, you'll see it says on the homepage, vacated targets for the 2024 season. It's got that little thumbnail of Malik Neighbors. If you click on that, you'll be able to find a database. It is best viewed on mobile. And I'll also just say to anybody out there who hasn't signed up yet, if you'd like to sign up, make sure you use the promo code LAND when you become a Mother Flocker member on the Flock Fantasy site. I'll put that link in the chat for you to access articles, to get a team review, all that kind of stuff. Rankings. All right, so we see Devonta Smith go off the board. That was my target at the 406. I definitely wanted some Devonta Smith there. We also saw Kelsey and McBride. I think if I don't go tight end here, I'm going to miss out on some of those elite guys I want. So we are going to grab Mark Andrews here at the 406. This is a tight end premium. Maybe in a league without a premium, I might pass on the position here in the 4th round and look to the 5th. But in a tight end premium, I definitely want to lock up one of those top names I really like. Scribbles, no, I was going to mention that is a little early for Pickens compared to what I normally see. The reason we have loved George Pickens all offseason is because of his ADP. If his ADP is going to rise like that, we might have to start reassessing. But, you know, earlier in the offseason, he had a 5th round ADP and was like the wide receiver 29 off the board. Where did he go here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So the 23rd wide receiver off the board. I'd like him to fall to the late 4th, early 5th, but let's see what happens. Dom, I'm glad you made it, brother. I'm glad you're here with us, man. Scribble says, people are freaking out because Slick Ricky on Twitter said a nuclear trade is in the works. Oh, okay, right. How about Lamb to the Steelers? I don't see the Cowboys. I don't think Jerry Jones is going to allow CeeDee Lamb to not be on his team. I think Jerry Jones is going to say, over my dead body. We're over my dead body. We think we're going to let CeeDee Lamb off my team? I'm trying to make the Super Bowl. All right? So ultimately, they're going to have to pay up, in my opinion. That's how I view it. They're going to have to pay up. All right, so after I took Andrews, we saw Mixon, Dell, Allen, James Cook, Michael Pittman, Dalton Kincaid, Alvin Kamara, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson all go off the board. So we do start to see some of those top elite quarterbacks go. I will say, guys, in most of your leagues, if you're playing on ESPN, you know, a standard start 7 with your buddies from work or something, quarterbacks are going to go much earlier. I think you'll see these quarterbacks go off the board in like rounds 2 and 3. But our community is just overall typically letting quarterbacks fall further. And I am going to grab Ken Walker. I got a video coming out pretty recently on Ken Walker. I think he is a great value in drafts this year. He's one of 2 running backs this year that fit 4 criteria for becoming the next breakout in fantasy football. So that video is going to be out Monday. I'm not going to give too much away, but essentially what we did is we looked at ADP from last year's drafts, from 2023 drafts, and we compared it to this year's drafts ADP. And we said, okay, what running backs drastically improved their ADP? What guys drafted outside the top 15 are now being drafted inside the top 15? What did they have in common? And I'm excited for you guys to watch that video coming out on Monday. Style says, Hurts went in the 1st round in my home league last year, and the dude won the league. Sometimes it be like that, man. Sometimes I mean, I was in a home league last year, Superflex, where we had a guy who went on a camping trip, and his entire league was auto-picked. His entire team was auto-picked. He came back with like 7 receivers and 1 running back and won the league. I mean, that's just fantasy football. You know, we can analyze it all we want. That's why I think calling myself an expert is silly, right? It's silly. There's no experts in fantasy football. You know, you can research, you can do as much as you can, and we do. But ultimately, it is a game of luck. Like, right? Ultimately, it is a game of luck. I mean, imagine if you had the best team in your league last year, and then you faced Amari Cooper in the playoffs a week he put up 56 points. I mean, what could you have done about that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, love the Kamara pick at the 501, by the way. I have consistently said Kamara should probably be a second, third round pick, but he always goes 4th, 5th. So I like that. But after I took Ken Walker, we saw T. Higgins, Aaron Jones, Anthony Richardson, Rashee Rice, Christian Kirk, George Kittle, and Ramondre Stevenson all go off the board. Believe it or not, Hall of Fame game is tomorrow. Honestly, I forgot about the Hall of Fame game. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But who's even playing? I honestly don't even know. Hall of Fame game, NFL. Like, who is actually in the Hall of Fame game? I mean, even Google's like, we don't really care. Sorry. It's the Bears and Texans. Okay. And Dwight Freeney will be there. All right. I'm sure some legends will be there. We got Terry McLaurin off the board. James Conner. Chris Godwin. We definitely wanted some Chris Godwin there, so that hurts. Okay, we are going to go ahead and grab... We're going to grab Jaden Reed here as our third receiver. We'll take Jaden Reed off the board. Let's see what happens as the board falls. So, yeah, Bears versus Texans. I mean, it'll be cool to see, but the Hall of Fame game is always like the most disappointing game of the year. It's just so boring. Except the year Josh Jacobs played a bunch of snaps. That was fun. All right, update on the light goal, y'all. Our light goal is 75. We're currently at 45. So quick maths would say we're just 30 likes away from hitting our goal. If you haven't hit the like button, be a friend. Smash that thing. We are only 30 likes away from our goal. If we hit that goal, we will do another mock draft together. All right. So Calvin Ridley goes off the board. Deontay Johnson goes off the board. 2 guys I really, really was hoping might fall, but they don't. And rightfully so. I got another video coming out for you guys soon where I talk about 10 of the most important offseason changes that will impact fantasy football. I would highly encourage you to watch that when it comes out. But pretty much every year there are massive changes in the league. And the people who win their leagues are typically aware of those changes. And they know how to exploit them, right? Like you got a bunch of people who are probably anti-Titans in your fantasy leagues this year, right? They're thinking, well, Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, they're thinking this offense is boring, it's slow, they run the ball a lot. That's not what the Titans are going to look like at all. So many changes has happened in Tennessee. So that video is coming out soon for you guys as well. Derek says, yeah, I love getting Kamara as my RB2. I like it a lot. How are we feeling about Kyler? We love Kyler. We're big Kyler guys over here. So yeah, we're definitely team Kyler. Trent says fantasy's just like the stock market. It's a casino. Yes, you can do all the research you want, and a lot of times that's going to be very helpful research. But ultimately, there is an element of randomness that you just can't control. You just can't control it. Oh, that's a heartbreaker, Styles. Damn it. I was really hoping JSM was going to fall to me there. Oh, perfect. We've got our boy Ladd McConkey on the board. You're kidding me. I was considering Ladd, Reed, Ridley, and Deontay at the 606. And we get to go ahead and grab our boy Ladd McConkey at the 707. Hell yeah. Abso-freaking-lutely. Nobody in the NFL has more vacated targets than your Los Angeles Chargers. And I've been predicting Ladd to be the #1 there this year. I still feel pretty confident in saying that. All right, we see Dak Prescott off the board. We see Xavier Worthy off the board. So Yeet Man doing a little round 1 anchor running back. He got Evans, Ayuk, Pittman. Then we see a Dunze at the 7-11. You know, I actually don't mind Keenan Allen this year. Keenan Allen's like a much easier pick to make than DJ Moore. And y'all know I love DJ Moore, but just because he does go in round 3 with a rookie quarterback, it's tough to stomach. I'm not going to lie. It's a tough ADP to really stomach. But the fact that you can get Keenan at the 6-12, knowing he's probably starting over Rome Odunze, that's actually not a bad pick at all. He might end up being a value. He might end up being a value. What's up, Harrison? He says, not to drop Dynasty in here, but Saquon at the plus a 207 or Achane the 105. Oh, that's pretty easily Achane and the 105 for me. Pretty easily. Styles says, who will be the first to draft 2 tight ends, though? Styles, that is the question, isn't it? That's the big question we're all waiting on. Harrison says, just got that done. That's awesome, man. I'm shocked you were able to get that. Saquon in the 207 for Achane the 105. Yeah, that's a huge dub. Huge dub. And it's not even anti-Saquon. It's just look at the value of that pick swap. All right, so we see Mostert and Moss off the board. 2 guys I was definitely considering targeting in round 8. Then Christian Watson goes. I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. I want to take Jordan Addison. Y'all letting him fall so far, but I've already got Justin Jefferson. I don't want Jefferson and Addison, but if y'all going to let him fall so far, okay, there he goes. Oh, y'all about make me lose my mind. Up in here. Up in here. Oh. Ah! Such a good pick. Damn it, Evie. People are like, damn, this guy, can he overreact anymore? Oh, I freaking love that pick. DeAndre Hopkins at the 805 is insane. All right, we'll grab Brian Thomas here. We got a lot of upside, a lot of rookies. This could go really bad really soon. What's up, Origins? Appreciate you, man. He says, watch your content last year, but it keeps popping up on my algorithm. Thanks for helping me get hyped for and ready for the season. I appreciate you, man. That's great to hear. Steven says, fun question. Who will be the most annoying value in fantasy this year? That's a really good question, actually. Who will be the most annoying value in fantasy this year? So, I think if you think of that question last year or even a couple years ago, like Cordero Patterson, Tyler Algier, the most annoying value in fantasy. Very good question. I'll tell you who it is. I actually know the exact answer to this question. You're going to make me stand up. You're going to make me stand up. I'll tell you who it is. This is actually very easy for me. Very easy. It's going to be Chuba Hubbard. It's going to be Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard's going to be the most annoying value in fantasy this year because we're all going to be so excited about Jonathan Brooks, how talented he is, the draft capital, how good he is after the catch, and then they're just going to give Chuba Hubbard a bunch of work. Watch it happen, all right? I don't want it to happen. I'm the messenger, all right? We don't shoot the messenger. But I think Chuba. I think it's going to be Chuba. In fact, in 0 RB builds, I've been targeting Chuba down the board, down the draft board. Bro's been sniped the last 4 rounds. I know. Evie says, my bad, Bucko. Bucko is like, that feels like a dig, you know? It's like, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Sharp Supreme becomes the first one to double up on tight end. And we're not even going to comment on it. We're not even going to highlight on the double tight end stack, if you will. No, I should stop hating on the way people draft, all right? Taysom Hill is also a very good shout. Taysom Hill's a very good shout. He will be annoying. That's why anytime someone's like, no, the tight end in New Orleans, you got to get excited about him this year. I'm like, is Taysom Hill on the roster? Then, no, I don't have to get excited about him, actually. Okay. Great. At running back here, we are going to go ahead and take Javonte Williams, man. We're starting to get more and more comfortable with Javonte Williams. Fun fact, the Broncos targeted the running backs last year more than any other team. 156 targets to the running back position last year. That's what Sean Payton does in his offenses. I wanted to know the vision for his offense, and right now it looks like Javonte's the guy. We'll have to wait and see. But based off what I've heard so far, I'm comfortable taking a shot on him there. He is someone that will be featured on a video Monday where there's some, you know, a lot of good research in that video. And, you know, it gives you a reason to believe in Javonte. It really does. I'm excited for you guys to watch that video this coming Monday. So Javonte goes, oh, wow, we get a huge run of running backs. I'm glad I went with my RB3 there. We get Javonte. We get Devin. We get Nick's got a big old chub. We got Trey Benton, one of my favorite rookies. We got Jordan Love off the board. Not gonna lie, was hoping Jordan Love might come back to me. Only reason is because we could have got this stack of Jaden Reed, but that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. Style says, okay, buddy, is the most triggering set of words. Yeah, I agree. Thoughts on Christian Watson this year? I like Christian Watson. Look, I think he's like priced at a point where he makes a lot of sense to draft. At the 803, probably a starter if he's healthy. We know how good he can be down the field. Now, I'm totally comfortable drafting him if his ADP stays here. Like if he stays 8th round pick, 9th round pick, I'm all in. But if he starts getting like 7th, 6th round pick, I will not take any Christian Watson. There's already been 2 years to suggest he can't stay healthy. And I think Dontavion Wicks is one hell of a player. So you might make an argument that based off ADP, Dontavion Wicks might be the best Packers receiver to draft. I don't know. I mean, I'm saying that as someone who just took Jaden Reed. I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm not your pal, guy. Derek says we banned Taysom Hill in one of our leagues. You just sent him to the Shadow Realm out of hate. I love it. What's up, Adeline? Welcome in. All right, so we see Zeke Elliott off the board. I definitely wanted to grab Zeke there with my next pick. He was just so good on the goal line. I think he's going to have a really good shot to be a great asset, a great value at ADP this year. There goes Blake Corum. So like we said, we would have potentially drafted Blake Corum here soon, but we're not going to force ourselves to handcuff Kyron. Lockett goes off the board there. That one stinks. That might be the biggest sting so far. I might end the stream here. Damn it. I wanted my boy. You're my boy, Blue. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. And you know what? I was looking at the rest of the board too, and I said, oh, look at this, guys. Everybody's got a quarterback. We're going to get Jaden Daniels in the 11th round, and then Evie. Freaking Evie. Evie, I'm banning you from joining mock drafts officially starting today, okay? You're no longer allowed to mock with us. Jeez. Sorry, sport. Great draft from Evie, by the way. Really, really good draft. I love the receivers. You got a premium tight end. You went anchor RB with Bijan. And I like it, man. I like the way that looks. That looks sexy. That looks sexy. So Chuba Hubbard off the board. Xavier Legette, which there might not be a more fun player to cheer for this year than Xavier Legette. He is just so easy to go out there and cheer for, man. We also see Josh Palmer, Tyler Algier. We are nearing the end of this mock. Friendly reminder, we have a like goal today of 75. If we reach that goal, I'll do a second mock here. Whole new group of people will have a chance. We'll keep the mock drafts going. So hit that like button if you want to see another like. We are only 24 likes away from our goal. I appreciate you guys big time. Thank you so much for helping the channel grow. You guys are awesome. All right, we got some people trolling at this point. I mean, surely we got people trolling at this point. We got people taking their backup quarterbacks in the 11th round. You guys know what you're doing. You can't fool me, damn it. You're trolling at this point. You're absolutely trolling. Fine. Troll away. Troll away. Do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you got to do, people. Romeo Dobbs off the board. Interesting spot to be. I really was actually considering Jalen Polk there. I think we will grab Brandon Cooks here at the 11-7. I really like Brandon Cooks. He's a great value. Second half of the season, he really started to turn things on there for that team. Steven says, Zach literally making his living giving us his fantasy football values. Also, Zach, why do I keep getting sniped? True. True. I'm not going to lie, guys. Being in this space is difficult when you try and draft. I mean, most of the people in your home league know about your channel. Obviously, if you draft with followers, they know everything that you think. I actually just want to be in like a redraft league this year where nobody knows me. And that's not even to say I'm popular. I'm not a popular person, all right? All right? That's not what I'm saying. I just want to be somewhere where nobody knows who I am, and I can just draft without anybody knowing my thoughts to a T. Do you know what I'm saying? That's where I'd like to be. That's where I would like to be personally. Style says, feels like if Mingo didn't exist, Legette would have be getting more love. I can see that. I can see that. What's up, Michael? Michael says, I'm keeping Pacheco for my 6th round pick, and I have the first pick. Choose what spot in the draft I want. I think only McCaffrey is the only one being taken out of the 1st round. Okay. Look, if McCaffrey's gone, then if you're telling me you can get CeeDee Lamb, I'm not going to overthink it. I'll probably just take the first pick and take CeeDee Lamb there. Especially in a keeper league. Keeper leagues are different, right? Because you've got less values down the board. So yeah, that's probably how I would personally do it myself. All right, we are going to go ahead and draft. Man, the vibes on Kendre Miller are so bad right now. We'll draft J.K. Dobbins here. Probably a wasted pick. I'm probably going to blow up in my face, but YOLO. Absolutely YOLO season. Steven says, you got to scout the Flockverse for your upcoming draft. Yeah, true. True. Yeah, I can't speak for the other content creators, but I think probably all of us. I mean, look, I love the footballers. I'll watch the footballers, but when you're 60 hours a week focused on creating content, doing research, typically with your free time, like, you do look for other content, if that makes sense. Like, I'll watch a little bit of Kill Tony, something funny. But, of course, it's not like I'm not watching NFL content. But I haven't watched everyone's content yet this offseason. I probably should. That's a good point. I probably should. I'm definitely watching the footballers, though. I mean, they're just too good. They're just too good what they do. Kill Tony is goated, man. Like, it's dangerous territory. Okay. All right. Okay, Yeet Man. I know what you're doing. You can't fool me! All right, hand the man. This is what you wanted? This is what you wanted, huh? Paid for the price of admission. I mean, you're obviously doing this on purpose. Okay, you're obviously doing this on purpose. Look, I feel pretty comfortable with this strategy, guys, because I feel like in a real league, people aren't taking 2 quarterbacks this early. I don't think people are taking Justin Herbert this early or Tua or Goff. So I feel pretty confident at the 13-7 if I deployed this strategy in a real league, real money on the line. We would have had a Herbert here. We would have had a Tua, a Goff here. But clearly we got some trolling going on. So we are going to go ahead. I don't even know what we'll do. We're going to take Jerry Jeudy. Why not? New offense. Who cares, right? I love the troll job, though. I love the troll job. He says, what did I do? And he said, oh, me? What could I have possibly done? I love it. Footballers are the GOATs for sure. I absolutely agree. Gator says the fantasy headliners are awesome. Yeah, I'll be honest, I've never watched it, but I have only heard great things from their group. I've only heard great things from their group. WG says, I think staying away from other flock creators keep the perspectives fresh. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, I think all of our creators are incredibly good at what they do. But I think that's a fair point. Like, if we're all watching each other's content, it might be too much of an echo chamber. I just don't have enough time in the day to watch other people's content outside of, like, the footballers who I really love. Like, religiously I'll watch. You know, so. All right, the troll job's in full effect from everybody here. 369's got Jalen Hurts. He's saying, you know what? We got to lock up Trevor Lawrence. We have got to get Trevor Lawrence on this team. You guys are too funny. Headliners are great. I've only heard good things. Only heard good things. Domain's fantastic. Domain is there. I love those guys. Genuinely. I think they're some of the coolest guys in our industry. I've seen good things from Notorious Fantasy as well. I've seen good things. You guys. All right. Fuck you. All right. That's how it's going to be. Fuck you all. Okay. Sorry. Family friendly stream. Family friendly stream. We'll grab Pin Sit It here. I'll keep putting that bitch. All right. Don't clip that. All right. That would be out of context. Not necessary. Don't clip that. I'll just wait till I freaking find your ass, all right? Wait till I find your location, all right? Yeah, I've heard good things from Dynastyland. Nah, they're all right. All right. All right, what's the update on the like goal, guys? If we reach 75 likes, we will pop off a second mock draft. We're at 60 right now, so we only need 15 more people to hit that like button.
Come on.
Look, if you want another mock, hit the like button. If not, I'll be honest, I got some more videos I got to go out there and script, so I am totally willing to call it a day here. I'd like to keep hanging out with y'all. But again, if you want to see another mock draft, hit that like button. Let's get to 75. 75 is the goal. 75 ensures another mock altogether. Okay, so if that's what you want, if that's what you're looking for, you know how to get that, all right? So go ahead and be a friend. Hit that like button. When does Badaki come back? That's a good question, man. I don't really know. I thought he would be back yesterday. I'm so bad with the time zones. I'm pretty sure he's back today. I'm not 100% sure with you. Haven't heard from him. Just waiting for him, letting him settle. You motherfuckers. Okay. 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 Joke's on you guys. Joke's on you. I actually just took the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. fucking wrecked. Okay? Top 5 upside every single week in the 15th round, bitch. What's up? What's up? Come fight me. Come fight me. You all messed up. You all messed up big time. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. Justin Fields to the Super Bowl, baby. Buy all the Justin Fields stock you can. All right? I mean, camp superstar. Yeah, he's going to throw 4 picks in week 1, but camp superstar Justin Fields has officially joined the squad, baby. You guys are funny. Yeet Man says, I do this in actual leagues when people punt quarterbacks.
Come on.
If look, like in an actual league, if you're doing that, I think you are really wasting a ton of picks, but it is funny. It is funny. I did see the brawl. Wait, I thought that was a joke, Trent. Was that actually a brawl between Russell Wilson and Justin Fields? I straight up thought that was a joke. I thought people were like making fun of it or something. Are you guys telling me that was a real brawl between them? Are you telling me Justin Fields and Russell Wilson really went at it?
Come on.
It doesn't look like it's actually Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, though. Yeah, I thought that was a joke. I think it was a joke. I think some defensive player had a late hit on Fields. Yeah. This is now becoming very interesting, this camp battle. I mean, we thought maybe it would be a battle, and then based off all reports, we were like, damn, it's definitely going to be Russ. Now, who the hell knows at this point? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, who the hell knows who it's going to be? I could not tell you who it's going to be. But all right, guys, look, we didn't reach the light goal today. I do appreciate everybody hanging out. What we are going to do instead is review someone's team in fantasy football. So I do have a team that we need to review. Someone who did sign up to the Flock Fantasy website, who decided to support what we're doing. So we are going to go ahead and review his team. And his name is jcplummer. So big shout out to jcplummer, man. I appreciate you for the support. I appreciate you for the love. And let me just let y'all know, if you want your teams reviewed, maybe you're in a dynasty league and you want us to look at your team. Maybe you've already drafted a redraft league or a best ball league. If you want us to review your team, it's very, very simple. Okay, there's a couple steps. The first step is to become a yearly Mother Flocker member with the promo code LAND. That's pretty much how simple it is. All right. So check out the comment I just put, or the link I just put in the chat section. That's a direct link to sign up. Got to be a yearly Mother Flocker member to get a team review. But not only do you get a team review, guys, you also get access to the entire website, okay? So you're going to get access to all of our articles. I released an article today about all the vacated targets in the NFL this year. We also have a bunch of articles on draft strategies and all the articles from all the creators on the website. We've also got rankings for the 2024 season. Those will be consistently updated. We've also got rankings that will be updated in season every week, weekly rankings. We've got the trade calculator for Dynasty, for redraft leagues, and we've also got the My Teams feature. Again, if you're a yearly member, Mother Flocker member with the promo code LAND, you'll get a free team review. So we'll be reviewing your team on a live stream here when you sign up. Now, the other option is if you're a member with a different code, like let's say you used Flock when you signed up or whatever, you can go to the store. You can see the store here at the top right, this little button I'm hovering over. When you go to that store, you'll see team review here. Okay, just click continue and go through this process and just make sure you choose the LAND crew. It'll say Zach and Badaki. It'll say LAND on it. Just choose us. By the way, you can also ask a trade if I'm offline or if I'm live. You can ask a trade through the store on the Flock Fantasy site. So just click continue there. Tell us whatever players are in this trade and whatever details we need to know. Click continue. Let's just pretend like I was to send this trade through. Click continue. You've got Zach and Bedaki here. Whatever you'd like to donate, put whatever information you want in the chat there. Click continue at the bottom, okay? So let's go ahead and review jcplummer's team. All right, let's go ahead and review his team here. So here's some context that he left us. He said, I made a bunch of moves this offseason and redid my roster. I think I have a team that is a contender now, but with some future assets I can fall back on if that isn't the case. Or maybe I'm wrong. We completed our rookie draft a couple weeks ago. I picked up Caleb at the 108, Polk at the 203. A recent trade request was from Zay My Name, who wants Spears and Polk. I like both, so he would have to give up Thomas and Wright, who I both like. Probably not a contender move, though. Okay, so that is the context. Remember, he said he redid his roster. He's a contender with future assets, and I think he just wants a general idea on where to go with his team. So let's pull up his league here. His team name is Good Foot Soldiers, and he's currently ranked 9th out of 12 in the Flock Fantasy Community rankings. All right, so the community would have you ranked 9th. Let's see if you're ranked any higher in my specific rankings. In my rankings, I've got you pretty much the same at 9th. So you're definitely not, according to our rankings, one of the better teams in the league, but that doesn't mean you have a bad team per se. But let's look at like the top team. So Zay My Name is the top team, and he's got Burrow, Brees, Jalen Wright, Moss, Chase, Dell, Flowers, Komet. So look, this team actually is not that good up at the top. They have some good players, but they're not like a Thanos that you can't overcome, right? Let's have a look at your team, though. So you've got Caleb Williams, you've got Trevor Lawrence, and Deshaun Watson. Pretty good quarterback room, I'd say. You know, you don't have any, let's say, like true superstar at the position just yet. That might change if Caleb Williams becomes the player that we think he can. But I wouldn't say you have like a true game changer at quarterback just yet. That might change here soon. You've also got Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Kendre Miller, Tajay Spears. So I like this running back room. You probably can start Gibbs and Monty every week this year, but clearly Monty has an expiry date at some point. Hopefully Kendre steps into a larger role this year. I do love Tajay. I think at some point in the season, you might be starting Jahmyr Gibbs and Tajay Spears. At wide receiver, you've got Olave, Metcalf, Kirk, Polk, Downs, Hopkins, so it does fall off towards the end. And then at tight end, you got Kyle Pitts. Is there a premium? There's no tight end premium. This is not super flex. This is a one quarterback start 8. All right, so we're rocking with a one quarterback start 8. So if we think about that, you're looking at a starting lineup that looks something like this. One quarterback start 8. So this is a smaller league. You can start up to 4 receivers. So that is information that we should keep close to our chest as we're thinking about the best moves forward for your team specifically. All right, let's grade your team from a F to a A+. Where would I rank your team on that scale? Let's have a look. Again, we've got Caleb, Trevor. If we were to look at your starting lineup, we've got probably Trevor starting week 1. Then we've got Gibbs, Spears, maybe Gibbs, Monty. At wide receiver, we have Olave, Metcalf. At flex, we have Kirk and Hopkins, or Kirk and Monty, or Kirk and Polk. And then at tight end, we have Kyle Pitts. Not a bad team. I think you're missing like a couple superstars to really be considered a true contender. But not a bad team at all. I think overall, I would give your team... We're probably in like the C plus B minus territory is what I would say. C minus to B plus. And I think that could, or sorry, B minus is what I meant to say. C minus, holy hell, sorry. C plus to B minus is what I meant to say. And I think this team could very easily be like a mid B team, but you have to have a couple things happen for you. Caleb Williams does need to break out because in a one quarterback league, if Trevor Lawrence is your best option based off what we've seen so far, it's probably going to be difficult to win that league. Okay. The other thing that needs to happen, Tajay Spears needs to take a huge next step, or Kendre Miller needs to develop a massive role. All right. Chris Olave needs to become a true alpha in fantasy football. He needs to be someone who gets 160 targets a year. DK Metcalf, there's a chance that DK Metcalf, his production grows this year with the new offensive coordinator in Washington. Jalen Polk, we want to break out. Josh Downs, we want to break out or build on his rookie year. Kyle Pitts, we desperately need Kyle Pitts to prove to us that he can be one of the better tight ends in fantasy football this year. We need that to happen. Okay? Now, I do see a problem with this team, and that problem is you don't have your own first-round pick. So that's probably why you're ranked so far down the board for us, because there are some question marks around your team, and you don't have your first-round pick next year. You don't have your second-round pick next year. You only have one first-round pick, and it's from the Soylent Corporation, which is a better team than you. Yes, they're definitely a better team than you. So where did your first-round pick go? How did we lose our first-round pick? That's what I would like to know. Who's got our first-round pick? So you gave it to Bohica. I'd love to know what that deal ended up being. But Bohica is stacking up on first in 2025. So, look. In all honesty, we can't really sell any veteran assets on this team. Why? Because there's literally no reason for you to. There's no reason at all for you to make your team worse at all for the future, because you will not benefit from it. You have no first in 25. You have no second in 25 that you own. That's yours, right? There's ones that are connected to other teams, but not yours. So there's literally no reason for us to go out and sell veteran assets. Like, I was going to potentially look at maybe moving DeAndre Hopkins, maybe moving Christian Kirk, David Montgomery. But after realizing you have none of your own first-round picks, man, even in 2026, how did we lose both of our first-round picks? Damn, son. Who's got our 26th first-rounder then? So who took our 26th first rounder from us? Is it the same guy? Is it Bohica? Bohica has your first in 25 and 26. What in the world did he give you to get that? Man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, well, look. In reality, we cannot move any veteran. I'm just going to say the path forward is probably microtransactions. Okay. So we can potentially, I mean, what is Trevor even worth, man? Like, maybe we can find a team to send Trevor Lawrence to. I doubt it, but maybe we can find a team to send Trevor to. How about we look for a tight end needy team with Jake Ferguson and Dallas Goedert? Let's just say tight ends. I'd say Trevor and your tight ends. Like, I really don't know how you move any other player at this point. And you did mention you had a deal on the table. What was it? Say My Name wants Spears and Polk. He would have to give up Thomas and Wright. Yeah. Well, clearly, Say My Name knows what he's doing because he's at the top of your league in our rankings. But let's have a look here. So you would want Brian Thomas. He wants Polk and Spears. Okay? He wants Polk and Spears. So let's think about that. Polk plus Spears. And what could we get back from him? You mentioned Brian Thomas Jr. So we can look at that. Sunraker said, yeah, we can use Dynasty Daddy for a second, actually. Let's do that real quick. Let's try and see how we spent our first round picks. Let's go back to this review and let's see if we can get the details on this league. Here we go. Perfect. All right, let's try and see what we did with our first round picks. Where are we? Where are we? We are Good Foot Soldier. And let's look at activity. Okay, so recently we added Jalen Hyatt. I like that move. We added Elijah Mitchell. So it looks like you traded for Josh Downs and sent a second. I'm indifferent on that. I'm indifferent. Okay, so a recent trade with Soylent Corporation. It looks like this would have been an in-draft trade where you got Kirk, a couple picks, and Rashad. Yeah, we can't see exactly what happened here. Okay, this might be it. So this might be the trade. We got Watson, Gibbs, a second and a third. We sent Etienne, Downs, and 2 first-round picks, brother. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. I know it's a 1-quarterback league, but to tear down from Etienne and it's going to cost you 2 firsts, I think I would have rather just built around Etienne, if I'm honest with you, bro. I think I would have rather built around Etienne and kept the draft picks. You're just overall, you're in a very limited position now, right? Hey guys, if you're going to go all in, if you're going to move your first round picks, you're going to put yourself a little bit in a box. There's not much creativity we can get to when we have very limited assets that we can now move. Like, the only way out of this is if you could tear down from Gibbs, but that's like the ideal trade you'd be looking for, right? Is to get 2 firsts in a guy like Etienne. So I don't know that we're going to be able to do that. But anyway, let's try and think of things that we can do. So like we mentioned, is there any team out there that needs a quarterback? Let's start there. Like, can we at least interest anyone in a quarterback? I mean, this guy's got Dak. He's probably happy. He's probably happy. I got Penix there waiting to go. This guy's got Drake May. I mean, maybe this guy, maybe the guy who has Drake May and Jared Goff. Could you interest him? Could you send him Trevor Lawrence for like JSN or something? Right? I mean, can you send him T-Law plus a third or something? Or let's see, is there another player? We have such little picks to work with here. Man. I mean, you just traded for Downs, so I don't really want to do that to you. I mean, he does need a tight end. So what if we sent him T-Law and Goddard? T-Law and Goddard for JSN. Maybe that's going to help us out there. Give us a little more depth at wide receiver. We buy a player that could increase his value in season. And instead of Trevor Lawrence, we have Caleb Williams and Deshaun Watson to build around long term. The other option, let's keep looking for teams who might need a quarterback, but I think it's going to get real thin in a 1-quarterback league. Yeah, I don't think there's another team out there, honestly, as I'm looking through these teams. I don't think there's another team that really needs a Trevor Lawrence. How about tight end? Who needs tight end? This guy's got Kittle. Maybe he's thinking about the future. Could we work our way into Xavier Legette here? You know, can we send them Ferguson for Xavier Legette? I mean, I think straight up, that's not actually crazy in a 1-quarterback. That could be a trade that you try. That's going to, again, give you another young player, wide range of outcomes. Totally could bust, but you know, he's got a chance to give us an asset that is going to grow over time. I think Jake's going to get better, but I don't think he has the ceiling a Leggett does. This guy's got Evan Ingram and Evan Ingram alone, pretty much. The Cole Kmet guy we could definitely look at. Say my name. So can we work our way into Brian Thomas, maybe? Can we send him like Jake Ferguson plus something for Brian Thomas? All right. He's got a pretty deep wide receiver room. His tight ends are very thin. So can we send him Ferguson and he wants Downs or he wants Polk? I don't know if that's not going to work. Okay, how about something like this? You send him Polk. No, we want to keep Polk, man. Polk, you want to keep him, man. You got to keep Polk. You need more high upside players that have a wide range of outcome in order to potentially find values that aren't on your team yet. But let's try and send him Jake. I would send him Jake and Downs, maybe. Does Jake and Downs get you close to Brian? It's worth trying. Probably not, but again, it is worth trying. We did try and work out a deal, I think, with him where we took Brian Thomas and Jalen Wright. I like that deal, the deal that you had structured. Polk and Spears for Brian Thomas and Jalen Wright. I mean, personally, I think I might need more than this to make this deal happen. The only reason is because I know Spears' role. I don't know what Jalen Wright's role will be. So can he also give us like a Chase Brown? I think that puts it over the top. Chase Brown, give me a little more, you know, upside here, and I will also add to the deal, what, like a Rashad Bateman or something? Just as an example. All right, who else needs tight end? We got anyone out there who needs tight end? Please. This guy might be interested just purely because Hawkinson's injured right now. We could definitely pique his interest. And maybe we can get our hands on George Pickens. So this might actually work. How about Ferguson plus something? Maybe that's Downs. The plus is Downs. Let's go out and try and get George Pickens. Okay, another player that I think could potentially improve, you know, the total value of your team in a year's time. You're not going to get Rome Odunze in that deal, but I like that. And I don't really want to go after a running back here. Yeah. This guy's got Kelsey and Likely. He's probably chilling. Okay, David Njoku isn't like... If you have Njoku, you're probably not like, hell yeah, I'm incredibly solid at the position. I think you're open to a conversation. So again, can we look at JSN? How about like a similar deal for Pickens for JSN? I think I'm willing to take that risk there. All right, anyone else need tight end? Anyone at all? Doesn't look like it. Looks like everyone else is pretty much set. Yes, so that's going to be the end of the options to sell a tight end. We talked about Trevor. We talked about your tight ends. Look, I would not advise this, but can we tear down from Gibbs? Again, one quarterback league. I do want to be very strong at running back. Funnily enough, like Etienne would have been a name I would have brought up here, but we already sold Etienne, unfortunately. So, can we tear down from Jahmyr Gibbs? Right? Rachaad White's too far of a tear down. Kyron Williams is too risky. CMC is going to be tough to build around long term. There's Etienne. I'd love to do it, but we can't. We just can't. I mean, can we go out and get Ken Walker, Lad McConkey, and your first round pick back? Do you know what I mean? Can we get Ken Walker, Lad McConkey, and your 2025 first back. And maybe your 2026. I mean, if this is what it's worth with ETN, why can't we do this? Let's try and reverse history. Just send the trade. You know, you get your 25 first and your 26 first back from this guy. You're going to give him Gibbs, and we're going to give him, like, Josh Downs. Okay? Remember, this is the guy that has both of his first-round picks here. Can we do the reverse Uno card? Maybe. Probably not. Worth trying. There's got to be another name that makes sense. Like, you could try and tear down to Jonathan Brooks. It's very risky. And, in fact, you need a huge offer. You would need Brooks, a Dunze. It's just not going to work for that other team. To be honest, like, you would need Brooks, a Dunze. You would need 2 first-round picks based off of what Gibbs just went for when you bought him. This team is not going to be very good, though. If you pull off that trade, this team is going to be very bad. And I think you also need to add, like, what, Blake Corum in there for insurance? Again, I'm just going based off of what you paid for Gibbs, if that's how much running backs cost in your format. We're not going to tear down to Josh Jacobs or James Cook. Okay, Achan's interesting. Like, here's an example. Achan and Amon-Ra. If you can find your way into Achan and Amon-Ra, we're definitely doing that, right? Achan, Gibbs plus something. If we can turn that into Achan plus Amon-Ra St. Brown. So, for example, Gibbs and... what about, like, Gibbs and... here's what I would try. Gibbs, Ferguson, Kirk. Gibbs plus Ferguson plus Kirk. Probably not going to accept it. And when he inevitably declines that offer, we can up it to Gibbs plus Ferguson plus... see, like, are we going to give him Metcalf? That just doesn't make sense for us. Does he need quarterback? He could use some depth, so maybe we add Trevor in there. I don't know. Again, probably not going to happen, but just giving you more options. Achan's definitely interesting. Like, let's say if you could get Achan 2 first-round picks plus Addison and Reed or something, that would be, you know, that'd be easy. So Gibbs for Achan plus Reed plus 2 firsts, for example. You know, something in that range. But I think that's as many tear down options as you have. So, look, I definitely think the Gibbs trade hurt your ability to be flexible. You can't really move off of any veterans because you have no picks that you own that are yours attached to your team next year. So it makes no sense to make this team worse. It makes no sense to get rid of its depth. So it's all about microtransactions. How many microtransactions can we get done with the players we talked about? And can we tear down from Gibbs? Okay, let's just play a hypothetical world here, right, guys? Let's say we were able to get the Ken Walker deal done. That would be huge. And then let's say we were able to turn Ferguson and Downs into JSN. All right. So we would no longer have... oh, we already sent Downs away twice. All right, let's say we turn Trevor and Goddard into JSN, okay? So here's what our team could look like if we tear down from Gibbs. We would have no Gibbs, we'd have no Downs, no Trevor, no Goddard. However, we would still have at quarterback... remember, we would still have Caleb, and Deshaun Watson. That's fine. We would no longer have Gibbs. We would have Ken Walker as our RB1. Okay. But we also have both of our first round picks back in our inventory. So no matter what happens to our team, we will benefit if we are good or bad. Outside of Ken Walker, you still have Monty, you still have Kendra, you still have Tajay, and you also have first round picks if you'd like to make moves in season. But you add to your wide receiver room Ladd McConkey, you add to your wide receiver room Jackson Smith and Jigba, and like we said, those other 2 first round picks, you still have Pitts, you still have Goddard. Now, what if Ladd McConkey's a superstar? What if JSN has a breakout season? You'd have so much flexibility in this lineup. And I know you already have Metcalf, but, you know, we're not going to say no to a trade if it's going to benefit us from a value perspective, from future tradability perspectives, right? So hopefully that helps, man. Not trying to be harsh on the previous trade of Gibbs. It is just, like I said, it just puts you in a spot where you have very little flexibility. And that's difficult, right? That's difficult because we want to be flexible. We want to be able to make trades. We want to be, you know, able to move our team left and right. But overall, a good team, good young players. And I think you got to microtransaction this thing to a point where you feel a little bit better. But the good news is, overall, your league, man, is not, there's like no Thanos in your league whatsoever. Okay. There's a very even balance across the board. Like the number 1 team is actually not that good compared to everyone else. Like they're a good team for sure, but they're not like head and shoulders above others. So there's a lot of, you know, even ground here in this league. But I am going to go ahead and send you this whiteboard in the DMs over on the Flock Fantasy website. And you do have the stream, so make sure you save this in case you ever want to go and reference it. And we are going to go ahead and mark you as complete. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you big time. We are currently caught up with reviews. It's the first time we've been caught up in reviews, I think, since December of 2023. So if you want your team reviewed, it's a fantastic time to go out and do it. The wait time will be very, very short. If you want your team reviewed, become a yearly Mother Flocker member on the Flock Fantasy website with the promo code LAND. I put a direct link in the chat for you now. Alternatively, you can just buy a team review through the SOAR button on the top right of the website. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. That was a really fun first mock draft. I'm glad we were able to review someone's team. And yeah, we might be live tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow, whether it will be Dynasty or Redraft. Hall of Fame games on. Maybe we'll mock through that. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys. All love. See you soon.